sunrise. Hope everyone's well this sunrise. Wait a minute. All right. Anybody coming on this AM? Man, last night was crazy. As a matter of fact, every day is what you would consider crazy because what is normal? It's something. I don't really do normal. What is normal? Normal would be boring. And technically, there is no normal because for there to be a normal, everything would have to stop growing. And that's not going to happen. We're either growing one way or the other. Oh, dude, that's not cool. Dog just rubbed his ass up against my pants because they're playing. So. But don't want to be normal. So, like I said, what is normal, right? Zach, is that how you say it? Zach, hi, Zach. How are you? Oh, man. Got some people in the room. How are you guys? Last night I came on just out of respect, and people were upset because I wasn't doing or saying anything. Didn't know it was just about me. I thought it was about you guys too. That's why I'm creating this channel, so you guys get a voice. Hopefully YouTube does not censor that voice. Oh. So how is everyone? Is it AM where you are? I don't like using the word mourning. I don't really want to mourn. I would like to rejoice. If we understood the things we mourn, I don't think we would mourn. But we'll see. WSP, you're going to have to forgive me. Epic Wave. That's a cool name. I not like Zach wasn't Zachariah an angel in the Bible? And is Zach your real name? An Epic Wave. What is WSP? Please forgive me. I have no idea what this stuff means. My kids are always like, Dad. Oh man. What is up? Wouldn't it be whip or WIU? Either way, what is up? We're up. Where are you coming from? Are you in America? What part? The sun just came up. A lot of things are down. I don't know anything about the stock market. I don't do that shit. But a lot of things are down. Less things are up. You know? I really got to think about that one. What's up with you? What's going on in your world? This channel is not just about my crazy ass. It's about how my crazy ass sees your crazy ass and how your crazy ass sees mine. And that's where we're at. We got to meet in the middle and find out where we're at in this crazy ass world. Because it's only getting crazier, right? Yeah. Dude, that says Scion City. Oh, wow. Hi, Scion. Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine. If I do not recognize you in the chat thing, I am so sorry. It's hard to see. Scion City, man. Did you read Deuteronomy? Scion City? As we marched forth to Scion. Dude. Oh. I made a video about that. You should scroll through my videos. Not my lives. I believe it's Deuteronomy 2. You can read through 20. Oh, God. So anyway. Oh, man. How is everyone today? I haven't gotten an answer for that. Like, are you all well or shitty? Be honest, because that's what we're here to do. Find out why we're well, if we're actually well, and if we're shitty, and if we're actually shitty, and why. And then how to balance it, how to change it, how to redirect the human energy, because in my interpretation, not just alone, but in history, it's the human beings that are really fucking it up here. When we have the most capability to like create something magnificent. And what are we doing? Concrete. And then this, and then that ruins that. And then we don't get a forest because we plowed over it and we want Wi-Fi, 5G and stuff. And that 5G is, forgive me guys, a weapon. Anything can be used as a weapon. Man, it's a beautiful day. So this time of year, they have the balloon fiesta. It's pretty from here, but I don't want to wake up at 3 o'clock to look at a bunch of balloons. I don't care what kind of patterns there are. I'll wake up at like 5, 6, and then watch them throughout the sky here. And they even I had one almost hit the house. It was crazy. Well, not hit the house. It flew 30 feet above my yard. It's pretty awesome. Fuckers didn't even wave too. I don't know. I guess it's a little awkward because you're invading my privacy at any point above my yard. I don't care if it's in space. Like they got those out here. You can imagine how many stars I could see. So there's tons of stars, and you can see the ones that move, and the ones that move are actually satellites. And if anybody's done any research into that, it's they're watching Earth, and it's amazing how much perspective they get, because the research tells me that they can read from space a golf ball. They could see a golf ball. It's nuts. Man, where in the hell are we at? Oh, you'd like to know where you're at? I don't know where you are. Where are you? You really want me to talk about that? I'll go on. I will tell you where I believe where we are. What happened to the music? So, seriously, I will tell you, probably it shouldn't take more than a minute to explain where we're at. At least a decent idea. Like, we're in the 3D, right? supposedly. It's called 3D because that's we've given it. Third dimension, they call it. Well, the third dimension's the shadow of the fourth. That's where the higher uh, selves or self or gods, goddesses or God or, deities or anything really way outside our perspective. Like we are outside the perspective of a video game, any video game. Please, can you guys tell me some video games so I can use it as an explanation and an explanation in this interpretation of reality? It may be a simulation. It may not be base reality here, but what's your interpretation? That we're all mistakes and I don't know. I've had a lot of time to myself to search my soul. And hi, I'm in New Mexico Rancho. I don't know if you guys. Yeah, I'm in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Dang, dude, Raymond Pope, is that your real name? Okay, you want to talk to yourself? I talk to myself a lot. What's wrong with that? You don't talk to yourself? Yeah, I like talking to myself. Why are you asking? Do you want to be direct and have a conversation? Asking. Do you want to be direct and have a conversation? I don't understand. This, I don't know if you're still on here, but this people really got to understand if they're going to come to this space, right? It's not just about me. I'm not here to just teach you. I want to hear about your experiences, your life. What do you believe truth is here? What is freedom to you? I don't think this fucking place is free. I think we might be a little bit more free, but we don't even know freedom here. You want me to go on? I'll go on. Could talk to myself, but nobody's really talking. Do you understand? You're asking my location. I've given it to you. I don't know if it's a little blurry because of the reception, but like I was trying to say, my mom said talking to yourself's okay, but when you answer yourself back, that's a little weird. Now, if you don't have a good conversation with yourself, you're missing out. It's not weird to talk to yourself. You should be your best friend. If you're not your best friend and talking to yourself and answering your own damn questions, I don't know what you're doing. That's why you're watching me. But Raymond, is that your real name? R, because in the first few years of your... That's not your real name. Raymond Pope. Huh. All I asked and wanted to know... Yeah, I told you, Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Here, I'll give you... I'm getting down here. So that's the Sandia Mountains in Rio... Or that's Albuquerque, New Mexico. That over there is Rio... Or Albuquerque, and I'm in Rio Rancho. That's next to Bernalillo, New Mexico. Santa Fe is about an hour away. That's I believe it's the capital. Does that answer your question? Or are you asking what part of Rio Rancho? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Technically, I want to move. I've heard a lot of terrible things. Oh, you're very welcome, man. I'm sorry. From what I heard, can you still hear me? what I heard, they actually, I don't know if you know anything about here, but it's one of like the last outlaw outlets. It's not like California where it's like a terrarium for little lizards and stuff, like fake decorational trees. They're not fake, but it's just so decorative. This place is becoming that, but it's one of the last places that you can, I don't know, feel free from that overbearing societal view. And I enjoyed it for the last 20ish years. It was definitely more free. The people on, but I'll keep talking. So I have neighbors that said they're I gotta trust the same people. They're gonna those same people poison the soil. So what the heck, dude? Stop it. So in looking, is there arsenic in my soil? I found that the dump received 288 tons of nuclear or radioactive waste 2 times in like a year and a half, and nobody knows about it. And there's this like vast list that my friend uh, told me about, and I'm pretty amazed that I'm not on this list that is supposed to be a dangerous list. How do you miss nuclear waste at a dump? And the way they got it through was, I guess the people said, "Oh, it's salt," and then passed it through. There was like 50 truckloads of this stuff, and it's arsenic and radioactive waste. So I'm in New Mexico, but I'm thinking I want to get out because that's either really lazy or somebody got paid off, and I'm not having it. So either way, that's where I'm at. You wanted to know, huh? That's some crazy shit. I wish you were still there, and I would love your opinion of that, because that is, I can go ask 1,000 people and nobody will know. That's not okay. You guys, everyone deserves to know that shit, and that's not okay. So whew. Look at the ground I gotta walk on. The water came through here recently, and it was pretty strong, as you can see. The currency was pretty powerful. Usually it doesn't get that way here. Whew. You guys, if you watch this, yes, comments, I guess they push the algorithm. It's not my thing. I don't know much about it. You could teach me. So if I've taught you anything, teach me your ways. What works for you in this life? What are you doing in your life that keeps you going? And I'm not talking cocaine, I shouldn't have said that. Or coffee or anything else like that. I mean, yeah, put it down. But I mean, like, inspiration, right? That others can use. I mean, you can say God, you can say music, you can say anything. I just want to know what I ask people, what do you want to do with this life you've been gifted? And most people look at me and nudge their shoulders, go, I don't know. Which tells me that we as a species, we don't understand one, what, who, where, or even when we are. And if we don't have a simple understanding of that, where we're going is going to be scary. So I'd like to know what keeps you going, what keeps your faith, what destroys your faith, and what do you have faith in? Do you have faith in you or something else? So I'm curious who you are and like who do we have here on this planet? They've created the internet for that reason. They wanted to search the planet far and wide and see what kind of talent creating. I'd like to know who's. I see one person on. Let's see. Hey, you there? Hi. You want to say? As you can see, it's very lonely in this space. It's not very lonely, but see ya. Good to have you for the brief period. I said I was lonely. Nobody wants to be lonely. I'm not very lonely. I mean, I have my friends here, as we call them, dogs. I don't know. I live in the middle of nowhere alone with these guys. I can't say I'm alone. If we knew where, who, what, when, and why we're here, you would never. Well, you're never lonely. I mean, you might feel lonely, but you're never alone, ever. Not here, not now. What happened to the tunes, man? Hey, oh, we lost him. You know, it's funny that, like, people will sign on here, right? Oh, Scion. I lost Scion. I wish you'd go. I hope you went and read Deuteronomy. Oh. So people sign on here expecting. I don't know what they're expecting, to tell you the truth, like always. But I'm guessing people are expecting more people. What I do here is deal in my version of truth. And usually, how do I say it? People are not ready for that. Most people are scared of the truth because it hits hard. We live in a land of lies. We really do. Lies are everywhere. I'm not one for lies. So when I come around, I expose at least my perception of truth. And most people agree with everything I say. They appreciate. I even get paid for what I say. I mean, that's why I'm doing it here free. So, like, if I could get paid for what I do, if I give it away, it's way more valuable because more people can get it and then give it to others. So I don't have to charge for what I do because what I do is for all of us in the long run. It's not really for me. So I'd like to give it away every day here. You know, people get charged $50, $100 an hour for my presence, for my expertise. I don't know if it's expertise, it's just experience. And I figured if I help enough people, I'll get the help I need, right? So why not just help as many people as I can and just see what happens? I've heard depression is way on the rise, medication, therapy, all these things shouldn't even be a thing we live in like one of the most advanced times in history, and we have more access to pleasantries and comforts and conveniences than any history I know of. And motherfuckers want to drop out. So it's kind of like, talk to me. Tell me why you think people want to drop out. Not of school. I mean, of school too, because personally, I think it's bullshit. And if you don't think it's bullshit, tell me why you think. You know, I'm sure you'll say because it'll help you with a career. But the word career comes from battle. I don't feel like going to battle. So I choose my lifestyle wisely. You know, see somebody just came on. Welcome. How are you? Would you like any advice or give any advice? That's what this place is for. It's not just me, you, it's for whoever watches this in the future too. It's a space of life, you know. I'm here just like you, attempting to figure this place out. And I have a lot of experience that I offer here for free. So take it all you want. Drink, eat information from this place. And it's not just my experience. You're here to learn. I'm hoping to grow this crowd so you guys can share yours. Because that's pretty much what's wrong with this place. Nobody, if they have a voice, they don't use it, and they don't know how to use it when they get the chance. People are so angry, so hostile, so defensive because we're always fucking attacked. I will not allow anybody to be attacked on this channel. You shouldn't attack anyone. You know, if you're able to attack someone, that means you attack yourself. You know, you shouldn't be doing that. It means if you are able to hit someone, if you are able to call someone great or shit, it's what you tell yourself. You've made it okay in you, so it's okay for you to spill it to them, and that's dangerous. Even what we refer to or as good or bad. Any comments? Questions? Hi, guys. See, there's a few of you in here. 5. I don't know if that thing's ever accurate. So, and then people don't write, which I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to write. I wish you guys could actually talk. It would be great. It'd be so cool to get like a conference live. That would be so awesome. I would love to hear opinions and voices of the minds out there. Would love a bigger crowd to speak with, because I believe some crazy shit's coming, as if it's not already here, just most don't see it. And I think if we don't talk about it, we're going to run over. I don't want that. So, not just for me, I got a lot of friends I consider any on this planet, even those that would consider themselves my enemy, if I have any, me. So I love them and I appreciate them, and they're more than a friend. They are the other side of myself I need to explore. And if we looked at difference like the glue that together, because when everybody sees the same way and goes the same direction and we're all heading towards a cliff, that ends everyone. So we need a difference in perspective. Oh, God. Whew. Anybody there? Listening, watching the crazy guy ramble to himself in the desert? Check it out. Isn't that gorgeous? That's what reinvigorates me every morning. That's one thing. I mean, I try to laugh, cry, great tears, not like really sad tears. I try to, of course, I'm smiling with the laughing, but I try to experience so many beautiful things like laughing. You could hear me laughing at least a half a mile away every morning before that sun comes up. I used to make my breakfast. I used to break my fast before the sun came up. And you can hear, just because I'm pretty fucking happy to be able to have this experience called life. And it does get challenging sometimes. But I mean, if it was easy, I'd be bored as shit. I get pretty bored pretty easy, and it's only because I can get boring. And I don't really want to get boring. So I try to appreciate everything. Hi. Because it took everything to make me here and you. So I think it's pretty freaking awesome that we get this chance. People look at this life and they go, I don't really like it. I'm like, do you remember anything else? No, it really is what we make it. Yes, we've been handed possibly shitty cards, but those shitty cards were a challenge for your soul to grow. And if that's not what you're here to do, you're going to be miserable, man. Your soul is here to experience, to see, to, I mean, what do you think your soul's here for? To watch TV and eat popcorn and try not to get diabetes and heart attacks before you're 40? You know, I mean, that's not what a soul is here to do. It's been taught to do. It was designed for way more. Randy Coon. Hi, Randy Coon. How's it going? If you're asking me, it's going great, man. Or whoever you, I don't know if you're male or female, but thank you. How are you? How's it going there? Wherever you are. And what do you think about the view? That is the Sandia Mountains in New Mexico. Man. Can you guys hear the music right now? Because I put it close. And Melon, it's going good. Nice. Good to meet you, Randy. I'm glad it's going good. Can I ask you, since I apparently have your attention, what drove you here this morning? Not drove you, but why did you tune in? Do you watch this channel at all? Or are you just scrolling and found us? Because this is the guy you're listening to. How are you? It's going good, right? I know. Silly question. It's freaking beautiful, right? I try to wake up. I try to wake up before the sun comes up every morning, every day. Call it a spiritual reason. Call it exercise. But that's it, you know. Oh, nice. I'm glad you stopped by. What is it? I ask everybody I meet. What is it you want out of this life? What is it you want at the end when your body falls and your soul goes wherever it goes, right? Beyond that belief, what is it you want while you're here? What is it you want to learn? What is it you want to know before the body falls? Before your, I can't say it's your body because when it falls, it goes back to the earth and becomes soil. If we're not in a box, but most of us are in a rectangular box and we just miss the going back to the soil part. And it's not really us because if we are a soul and the soul did use the body and then it returns the body and the soul goes back to, let's just say, the fourth dimension. I don't know, because think of third dimension and all the, let's say, energy / electric comes from the third dimension. We think that's the higher dimension. Does that make any sense? Understand it. Ow, would you guys watch it? Absolutely. Understanding wisdom, truth, light. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. That's greatness why you're here, I think. You know, wisdom, truth. I still use these words: insight, understanding, wisdom, and knowledge. I think we have been diverted way far away from that. And most people don't care. And that's really going to hurt us if we haven't seen it yet, you know? Can you hear the music? So where do you get your wisdom, truth, and, you know? Because when I was a kid, man, we didn't have this internet thing. I would have learned a lot of more schooling, actual like school. I'm not for that, but that would have helped understand real school instead of what they wanted to teach me, so they could give me a job and career and stuff. I took a different route. So I see there's two people on here. Does the other person want to interest? Oh, no. You know what's funny? Oh, wow, Randy. So your mom is 60 and you're 23. Hear this. My life path is 5. And right now you're 23, which makes a 5. That's called energetic connection. If you know, is Randy your real name? So I study birthdays, and that's numbers. Like October is 1, 0. Well, if you were born in October, you would be a leadership mind state, independent thoughts, all that, right? Depending on the month or the day you're born, that's the way your heart cycles. It's the energy and experience you're here to learn. So every letter stands for a number, and the R in your name, if you don't mind, the first, it was all about life. Shit, I guess you missed it. Oh, thank you for your birthday. That's awesome. So February 19th, 2002. I'm going to stay still because you gave me that. That's awesome. Give me a second. So the way I explain it is February is in your head. That's the number of reflection. See how there's 2? See how if it was even, it could perfectly reflect itself. So your head is all about reflection, and you could say friendship and relationship and mirrorfulness, being a mirror, being a guide, being a trusted companion, you know. So that's the way your brain cycles work. The 19th, I'm going to blow up spots. You can get a little emotional, man. Am I wrong on anything? Let me know. But the 1 and the 9 is why I say you could get emotional. The 1 is the leader. The 9 is at the end of the chart. So there's 1 through 9, and you have the whole spectrum in your heart. So it can get a little hectic if you don't know how to harmonize. Okay, because we were not taught that. So February 19th, 2002, the 19 is a 1 in your heart. You're a leader. And it's crazy because you either had really balanced parents. I don't know, because the February is a 2, that's a feminine. And then the 19 is a 1, and that's a masculine. And your presence, I bet you probably laugh a decent amount. You got a good sense of humor, and you listen very well, and you can be a strong leader. And you're pretty powerful in your heart, because the 19-1, the 1 is alpha, the 9 is omega, and you have alpha through omega in your heart's cycles. And then 2002 in your expression, the year is your expression. It's not just how you speak, it's everything you do. So you think like a reflector, a mirror, a friend. You feel like a seriously powerful leader, or you don't, and you should. And then 2002, the way you express yourself, you're probably organized. Your 2 is the friend, the reflection, right? And you have 2002, and that adds up to a 4. That's all about stability, focus, foundation. And the 4 is a mental health number, to where when I say foundation, if this ground started shaking, it would definitely teach me about foundation. So to learn your foundation, shit's got to get a little rocky, a little shaky, a little absurd for you to know what you consider reality. And then you learn the foundation. So we got the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you express yourself. If you add it all up, that's 2, 1, 4, 7, 8. Oh, dude, you've had some weird stuff happen to you. That's why you're scrolling. You're searching for truth. You let me make sure before I start. talking more. So 3. No. Oh, well, okay. So 2, 1, 4. Yeah, you're a truth seeker. Holy shit. That's why you're scrolling, looking for the truth. Um, yeah, holy cow. So you either spend a lot of time alone or probably none because you got a lot to offer. When I say you're a truth seeker, you got a lot of searching to do, and it's not easy here finding the truth. It's fucking nuts. I mean, you're looking society. If you listen to Terence McKenna, he says society or civilization is a lie we all agree upon. So if society is a lie we all agree upon, and your major thing that your soul is here to do is learn truth, good fucking luck. You know what I mean? You're gonna be lonely, and it's going to be a test. Does any of this make sense? And did I lose you? And like I was saying about the Randy, yes, I think you said it makes sense, but you, Randy, I appreciate it. So you're here to help others know the truth. Okay, so your name, the R in, like I said, you were learning humanitarian energies the first few years of your name. If you have a last name, it was like a few years, 3 to 5. If you don't have a last name and that's your full name, it was more time. It was probably either really sweet or really hard because you had to learn basically what humans and what lives are suffering through here. So to do that, it's not going to be a pretty classroom usually. Some people got it sweet and they get it, but most people here learn through that grind, learn through the struggle. And it's weird because we're not learning. It's we're slaves to a 9 to 5. We're working somebody, and then at the end of our lives, we're like, "What the fuck did I do with myself?" You know. So it's pretty scary. That's my real name. Is that your full name? That's cool. Coon. Wow. So in your last name, the double O is 2 6s. It's very powerful. I watch a reader who does tarot, and he says when you get 2 of anything, that's, well, one, in the numerology, in the numbers, that's an angel number or a master number. And I don't like either one of those, but it says you either stayed back or perfected the O energy, and that's a 6. It means you probably carry a lot of compassion along with the humanitarian energy. You got a lot of compassion, a lot of guardianship that you had to remember through certain parts of your life. That's the double O. Um, it'll probably be towards the end of your life since it's in your last name, but it's something you're supposed to relearn here, remember, because in previous experiences you bring the name, you learn the birthday. Does that make any sense? You're here to relearn everything because where we are today in this society, this system, we are, uh, sorry to say, they make us forget everything. We don't remember anything from previous lives or shit from our childhood. We don't remember, you know. I don't. We're not supposed to, because if you remembered more, you'd be more intelligent, and that's not something this society depends on. They depend on us really being stupid, unfortunately. It's a great investment in our retardation, if you know what I mean. Oh, goodness. Dude, talk to me. What do you do? You know? What is it you want to do? What is it you love doing? What is it that drives you? What is it that stops you? Love to get to know everybody, you know? Uh, Jesus, I don't really say what he said much, but he said, love thy neighbor. You cannot love thy neighbor unless you know thy neighbor. And you can't even know your neighbor unless you know yourself. And I'm pretty sure I know myself. And you seem like you know you. So I'm well aware I've lived more than once. Nice. You're in rehab? That's cool. All right. So, hi, brother. Tallhead, how you doing, man? It's good to see you back. So you're in rehab? Holy cow. Do you mind? Dude. Oh, that's perfect. Holy cow. Are they still spilling that shit that you're an addict, you're helpless, you probably need Jesus, you're fucked up, and or are they like empowering you now? Because dude, don't listen to that shit if they're still doing that nonsense. You're stronger than they'll ever tell you. If they get you better, they shut down and they lose a fucking job. It's a setup, it's a scam. If you don't mind me asking, if you were addicted to something, it's because you went through a traumatic experience. You need to look up Dr. Mate, Guy. Do you know Geiber? What's his name? Gaber Mate. He'll explain it really well that you went through some traumatic shit, and the drugs help us. They attempt to help us cope. I wholly prescribe psychedelics if you know what you're doing. That's not a drug. That's an insight tool or an instrument. So that's why they're illegal. You shouldn't know yourself because then they can't sell you what they want you to be. And that's, I know that sounds fucked up, but. So who do I still have on here, Randy or Tallhead? It's great to see you, Tallhead. If I'm saying your name right, I hope you never told me if I'm saying your name right. How's your rest? Did you heal? Did you dream? Did you enjoy your night? Randy. I'm confused, Randy. Why'd you tell me your name again? I had a friend, Randy, years ago. It'd be awesome if you were him. You'd be a new friend. I already consider you a friend, even if you kick me in the balls. Yes, it's right. What do you mean, Tallhead? It's right. You had a good night? Wait, yeah, because it was night. No, wait, you had a day, huh? I'm sorry. Whew. How was your day? What'd you do? Did you learn anything fascinating? Did you get your mind blown? Anything interesting happen? I went back to the city last night. That was pretty interesting. Whew. What are you guys? I'm from. Oh, wow. Dude, I've been hearing crazy things about Ohio. Are you in Ohio or are you from Ohio? Yes, of course, every day is something new to learn. Absolutely. All day. As long as we're fresh in new breath, right? You, you shouldn't be missing anything, but we miss so much throughout the day. It's pretty crazy. Oh, man. I've heard a lot of things. I think Ohio's north. Either way, a lot of the north is being overtaken by National Guard. I'm not sure why the National Guard to places like, of course, it cut out when I was talking about that. But I don't think there's much murder in Nebraska compared to like California, LA, and stuff. I don't know, New York, Detroit, Florida, Texas. I'm not sure what's going on in places like Ohio. I think I think Ohio was one of them. But it's amazing that the setup we're seeing in military and the poor guys in the military are being used more than ever because they're being drawn home, and I believe they will be used against us. We're going to be, we're going to have this pandemic again. Sorry to offend you, shot and all that. I'm in Bangladesh, tropical weather here and very peaceful compared to the rest of it. Yeah, that sounds beautiful. I might visit you. I I personally I but I appreciate it more because the heat kicks my ass. Um, Since I got my gallbladder out, I shouldn't have, but since then I can't, what's the word, break down vitamins, minerals, and nutrients right. So my body can't interpret the cold and hot right until I adjust my health. That's why I'm growing those plants, if you saw. So I can feed myself real food. I say grow your food so you know your food. And I'm thinking that will adjust my minerals, vitamins, and nutrient content that I'm working with. So I might be able to get some real health in me. And then I'll travel, see the world, and see what's going on. I might even do it while I'm not healthy because there's a lot to do. This world is crazy, and I want to hear more from people. You know, I think people have a lot to say. I'll ask people, hey, how's it going? They'll go, good. I say, so you're happy with the way things are going? They go, no. And then what the fuck are you happy about? We're taught to be grateful while we're living in filth. You know, that's not okay. That's how we keep living in filth. Fuck that shit. Ohio, man. Wow. I don't think I ever been to Ohio. I would like to visit every state, every country, every city. I'd like to go all over and have a tour. My crazy combination of fun. I don't know. But I think experience is worth something. Um, I can learn all I want. If I don't apply it, what was the point of learning it? Just so you guys know, I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see me or hear me because I'm lower than most. See how it's going up, and then that's going up, and there's a balloon. See the hot air balloon. Hey, whoever's back on, that's a balloon in New Mexico. First time. So lower area because the reception probably sucks. Hey, Ron here. Tell me what it is you do, what it is you like to do, what it is you want to do. I don't really care what you do for a 9 to 5 if you have a 9 to 5. I would love to hear it. I do care, but it really, you know what? It does matter what you do with your time because it affects everybody. If we're all doing the wrong thing, like I said, that's how we all march off a cliff. And as fun as that can be, it can be also detrimental. So let me know what it is you guys like to do, want to do. Do. Oh, man. Somebody's on here. Would that be you, Tallhead? Oh. Whoever's on here, hi. Welcome. I'll be signing off soon. And I'll be back later on. Right now, I don't know what time it is. Yeah, it's about 8 o'clock. 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I should be back this afternoon. If anybody wants to come, say hi, drop some wisdom, drop some insults, whatever you want to do. Drop it in the box. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. If there's anything you want to talk about. If there's any topics you'd like to discuss or throw it out into the internet or cosmos, just drop it, say it, you know. leave a video on the internet, and I don't know, uh, let me know it's about us. I don't know. Let's start a rapport, folks. If we appreciated one, we'd bow to it. You know. Two, we wouldn't hide in a store all day trying to get a 9 to 5. We'd get more sun, more alive. But that's not what we were taught. We were taught sit at a desk and listen, shut up, do what you're told, and get a job. And then find a career after you go to college and then owe money that you're now going to have to pay back for the rest of your life. Sounds like a setup or a scam. I'm not sure. If most people knew which state you said, you have a chicken farm? That's awesome, man. I used to have chickens. I got ducks right now. I'm in New Mexico. That's not Mexico, that's New Mexico. So you got a chicken farm? That's awesome. You're organic, right? You're not using any pesticides, herbicides, not into that genocide, right? You seem intelligent, man. Tell me, confirm you're intelligent. You're not using any of that. Or do you give them any vaccines or anything like that? God, I hope they're organic, man. Yeah, no, nicely done, man. Thank you. That's awesome. They get their own antibiotics from the food, if it's the food they're supposed to eat, right? I met a guy that was a cow farmer, and he had something like 90 cows, and he vaccinates them every year. And I'm like, dude, that's not that. It's ruining the immune system. It's like giving somebody without a broken leg saying, don't walk on that leg, use this crutch. That's stupid. Not does. Okay, so you are a Muslim, though. Let's get to it, my friend. You guys got a Satan? Because in my view, this is going to offend a lot of people, but how many are really watching? Satan was the more intelligent one of the bunch, because if you read the Bible, right, it says that the serpent was the one that enticed or tempted Eve. And then Eve ate the fruit that God said they would die from. And the serpent said, you will surely not die, but see and be like God. And then we weren't God, but we knew that God, Yahweh, told us not to. He said, don't eat the fruit and we'll die, but we became enhanced. We were able to see good and evil. So he was a fucking liar, at least in the Bible. If it's real, you know what I mean, whatever. But if you believe that, it was the serpent that freed us from slavery, because if you don't know good and evil, if you cannot see right and wrong, if you don't have the maturity and experience behind you to see clear, that's slavery. You don't know truth. You don't know yourself. In the Bible, before that serpent came around, I'm not a Satan worshiper. I don't worship anything but you, people, life. And that's the God. So there goes my ramble. So you got a devil, a Satan? Watch out! Holy cow. Get him, Machu. Get him. Get him. You see, they're all jumping her. One, they know she's going to be bigger, so they're getting their licks in while they can, but they're also training her to protect them when she is bigger. They have a natural intelligence. We've grown it out of them. We've grown it out of everyone, you know? Yeah. Oh, yes, of course. Very smart being, Satan. Satan. Yeah. Say. Okay. So, how does because the Bible shits on Satan all day. He's responsible for evil, but my argument, God created Satan, the most illuminated angel, right? He was the brightest star, the brightest angel, the one that brought the truth, as we refer to as the light, right? So if Satan brought the light and God brought Satan, what if Satan's right because how fucked up God really is? Because he was the closest to God, right? What if Satan saw a lot that no other angel did because he was the brightest? And then God was like, shut the fuck up, Satan. You can't be telling that shit. And then the whole falling angels started because God's an idiot. And he created a smart being that outsmarted him. I mean, if you look at the Bible, right? Somebody that gets mad, they're not that intelligent. The anger and jealousy is the extent of their exploration in intelligence. So for a God to be angry and jealous that much, let alone once, I don't think I need to say anything. Do I need to say anything more? I mean, that says a lot, right? That's crazy. I believe it's all one, and at it as God and Satan. I mean, look, man, God is responsible for more deaths in the Bible than Satan could be responsible for. If we looked at, brother, you didn't read, he had free will. Who, Satan? No, I read that. Oh, hold on. You know, in Islam, Satan wasn't an angel, he was a jinn. I guess you know them as demons. Yeah, yeah. A little bit about that. I would love to know more because my favorite book is the and I think they mentioned the jinn, but they also mentioned the alchemist, and I believe he turned Muslim, and I believe he went um, to I can't remember where it was, but either way, yeah. There is great wisdom in the desert, as I'm in the desert, and I believe that's where the jinn comes from. So you're saying Satan was a jinn, not an angel. Do you guys have angels? And like, what's the difference between an angel and a jinn, if there is a difference? I don't know. You know. Oh, man, it's getting hot. I think you need to look at Islam. I think it will make sense to you. I don't know, man. Um, let's see here. All right, so what's your heaven like? Because like that's the ultimate goal, be close to whatever God we represent, and then go to his belief in heaven, right? So what is Islam's heaven? Is that the 72 virgin things? Because I'm not for virgins. I like experience, you know. But they don't have free will. Yeah. They have. That's okay. So it's similar to the Christian ideal that the angels are almost jealous of humans because we get choice, we get free will. Yeah. All right, do what you got to do. I'm gonna keep on walking. I gotta get back. It's hot. Holy cow. I'm gonna put you guys in the pocket for a second. Give me a second. I gotta take this jacket off. Hold on. Guys, or my one friend on. Sorry, well, you're away anyway, so if you guys do watch that, sorry the view from my pocket was a little, not much, but we're back. Oh, I had to take my sweatshirt off, it's getting warm. Summer is over and fall is starting, but as soon as that sun comes up, it's hot. So like I keep saying, if anybody watches this and you want me to talk about something, please leave it in any comments. I should find it. I left my phone number so anybody could call and get a free reading. Shoot the shit if you want. I don't like shooting the shit. I want to know where we are, who we are, what we're doing here, why we're here, and when this really is, because I don't believe what they're selling us. Whew. Yes. What did I ask? I'm trying to get some music on. Let's see. I can ask a lot. Is your idea is that the truth is in Islam? My belief is the truth is nowhere near Islam, Christianity, Buddhism. There is a truth in it all, but if we don't look at it all, if we don't look at all religions as part of the truth, we'll never see the whole. Because each society has control of a certain population. The agenda is to keep you segregated, because if you come integrated, you become way too powerful. That's why you got idiots saying, America first. Well, if everybody had that idea, nobody would get in the door. You know what I mean? Because everybody wants to be first, and everybody would go to battle because everybody's got to be first. Why don't we all just sit down and speak, talk, listen? We don't have to be first anything. We just need to know each other so that way we can grow each other. And when we grow each other and know each other, there's no division. There's growth. I don't know what the hell people are thinking, man. That's nuts. War. Growing, like I said, when I talk about something important, government is like in Bangladesh. In my opinion, we got some bullshit here. We really do. It might be more free than other places, but it's a setup. It's a fucking scam, man. They got us everywhere. And soon it's going to be worse. They got us going to a 9-to-5, selling our souls to some false god that enslaves you since birth. That lets a government enslave you. Hey, I don't mean to insult you, Tawhid, but how does your God make you buy food when every other animal that's not civilized, not domesticated, not developed, how come they don't have to buy food? They go and get it from nature, from the earth. And one thing I'll tell you is like Islam knows way more about the earth than Christianity. It's insane. Do you believe God wants us to be guided? Do you believe he sent revelations throughout human history? If so, they should be best of us, right? We call him prophet. Just to start that off is it's the interpretation of God that's different between us, which is a beautiful thing, but the truth is somewhere in the middle. Um, I don't believe there's this guy that's judging me and all that. I don't believe I don't believe it's a he. You know what I mean? Um, I believe if God wanted us to be guided, we'd already be guided without having to pray. And if he wanted to send revelations throughout human history, why not just talk to us, man? He's not like Christina Applegate. He's God. Why not just come down? Because most people say he's too great. Well, how did he let us fall so far from that greatness? Why would he let the sheep go so far? Unless, he likes games. And I don't think the soul is a game, you know? Exactly not he like we think. I'm sorry, I don't understand that. I'm not sure what you mean. No, I know what a prophet is. It's supposed to be somebody, dude, you're talking to somebody that at least a few people call me a prophet, okay? And I say a prophet is someone that just answers themselves because God should speak through you. And if God made everything, God is you. You are God. So not you connected to him, you are him. That's a big difference. Not talk revelation. You remember what I said? I don't. What did you say? I'm sorry. Exactly. God doesn't have a gender. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, God is this plant right here, man. If I have a sickness and this plant can heal it, wouldn't that be God-like? So for me to pray to Yahweh, Buddha, Allah, and just label something so great in the form of like a plant, that's how we lessen God's greatness. I hope that makes sense. To put him in any book, let alone a few, and some claim it's theirs, to me, that's blind. We're blinded by pride saying we have the only God. Dude, Christians are it's unbelievable how blinded we can be, where Christians think they have the only God, Muslims believe they do, Buddha, Krishna, all these people think they are the only God, whereas if that was true, there wouldn't be any more to call false gods. It's like saying I'm the best looking, and I got to say it all the time. Don't look at them. I am the best looking. And then I get mad and jealous and all that. That would tell you, nah, that dude's insecure. Even if he did look good, that doesn't look good. Whew. Actually, God can't talk to us directly without creating a revelation because talking has a before and after. That would mean Allah is not eternal. He has a before and after. Yeah. So if there's no before and after, how did the Quran get here? I don't understand. Like, I got so many questions, man. I hope I don't offend you. I'm sorry. Because none of it makes sense. Like, I could tell you right now, any God we have been sold, it was due to control of the people. I mean, in my philosophy, I think Buddhists have it more correct than any of them. It's created manifestation of God. Totally understand what your point. You don't have it. Thank you. You is not on to. If it's easy to poke holes in, it's holy. That's not something you want to invest your soul into. Man, it's hot. I gotta get going soon. Whew. So okay, so what is your favorite scripture of the Quran? Because I do gotta go. I got like 5-10 minutes. I gotta get going. I gotta get wet, and then I gotta go get water, and I might come back on actually. While I'm watering, I'm hoping to start a chat room so people can speak and talk and learn and experience with each other. But people are afraid of conversation. Quran is created manifestation of God. Yeah. What's your favorite scripture? Oh man. And what's funny is Allah has two L's, right? Does Allah have two L's? Like ALL? I should have brought the umbrella. Holy cow. Not speech of God like you think. Do you have a 7 in your birthday, Tawhid? Two what? Two what? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. I read your not speech of God like you think. I'm not sure what that means. I was asking two. Oh yeah. Sorry, two L's. Can you spell Allah for me, please? Whew. Yeah, two L's. Okay, so in my science, in my research, in my what we call expertise, the L's are the three energy, and that's the creator's source. And you have two of them, which makes the master creator source. It's funny, they gave that idea, the Allah idea, your God, into they gave him the creator energy. That's amazing. That's funny, man. You should appreciate that. I hope you do, because 33 is the highest master number you can attain, they say. So three, like the L is a 3, and then you have two of them. That's pretty amazing. Like God or Yahweh doesn't have that. There's no consistency of tone. He's all over the place. Well, YHWH, that's kind of frequency, but not like 33. Pretty cool. I wish I had a whiteboard to show you what I mean, because stay with me if you can hear me. The A is a 1, it's a masculine energy. The L is the childlike creator. It's the one seeing brand new, trying to create from new experience. So, like I said, the 1 is skills not great. You need a guide to know about Buddhism, Islam. Well, that's the thing. Most people don't have a guide. I have a decent soul to where I was not brought up in religion. I used to ride my bike past all the kids that I went to school with. After school, they would go to this religion class learning about Christianity. And I would look at them like, oh my goodness. So I have a good guide. I didn't get indoctrinated at a young age. I you were taught this as a child, probably before 7. No, I don't have a chat GPT. I'm pretty much out of space on my phone, so I don't have space to have another app right now. So what's your favorite scripture? You haven't answered that. I would love to hear it. And what's with the virgins, man? Why does everybody want to marry a virgin? Christians are on that. Muslims are on that. I'm not sure how Buddhists feel about that, but to me, that's a little creepy, you know, to find. Uh, it's just a little creepy, like maybe you're supposed to stay that way until you're 30 and get married. But if you're 30 and about to get married, and happy sunrise, guys. Um, so if you're of age and consent and you haven't had sex yet, you're missing a lot. I mean, like to do that with one, come on, to do that with one person is a great thing, but like you can know that person, you can have fun with that person. A lot of people get bored with one person. It's a beautiful thing to share that with someone over a lifetime. Uh, it's just not much experience. I'm not saying go boink everybody, but when you have no experience in the bedroom, right, and you bring it to the person that you're going to marry, you're going to have to learn a lot together. And that's a beautiful thing. But like it's like starting all over. And now you're 30 and have to start all over. That sounds like retardation to me. I don't get it. Do you have? No, I don't have. I'm not able to type. I think you're saying that. Now you see the misconception. I'm not, I'm not sure what you mean, misconception, or see the or you mean if I was able to get on Chat GPT? I can't. I don't have memory on my phone to get Chat. Oh, is that you can Google it or something? I don't know how to do that. I personally don't want Chat GPT. I don't want to use AI. I'd rather conversation. Like I want to know why Muslims believe they have the God and Christians don't. Christians think they have the God, and Buddhisms believe they got, and Krishna, and I think we're all God. I think we are all not just from God. You are God. Your connection has been severed by the very religions that we hold dear to our heart because our parents taught them, and we're supposed to honor our parents. It says it in the Bible, honor thy father and mother. Even though if you're a little shit, we can stone you. That's nuts. Biblical, man. Don't get it. Don't get biblical. All right, Tallhead, if you're on it, I got to get going. Read the previous comments. Now you see the misconceptions. I did. I thought I read it all. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I read. My typing is not. Yeah. And chat, but not able to type. How far do you want me to go back? I thought I got everything. Oh, back. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I gotta get going. I'll be back on, and I gotta water the garden again. I gotta water the garden again. I didn't get to do it all. I didn't get to do everything I wanted to because it was dark. I gotta go fetch my water, haul it. Not really. All right. I gotta get going. All right. I gotta get going. Tawhead, thank you for signing in again. Thank you for all your patience. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for the love you're showing, man. I appreciate it. We're growing and knowing each other, and we cannot go wrong as long as we're doing that. I love you, my brother. I love you all. I'll be back on in a couple hours, I guess. So, Randy, how you doing, Randy? Where'd you go? I gotta get going. I'll be back on in a couple hours. I gotta go get some water and water all my plants. So that's that. Drop some knowledge, drop some love. Thank you guys I'm glad you're good, Randy. Stay good, man. You can't always be happy, but be balanced. Notice it and then adjust it the way you want. Don't let anybody else take your cool, Randy. All right? See how beautiful that is? Oh, most clouds, but since I got my gallbladder out, I can't do heat like I used to. That's why I keep this wet. I am hot all day, every day. Even in the winter, usually I'm pretty hot. And if I'm not hot, I'm freezing cold. So it's nuts. Very much, actually. All right. See, I like your job. My job, huh? Yeah, I hear you. It's not a job. I'm not Job from the Bible. I will not be tempted, tortured, or processed like God did to Job. You like my life, I think you say, right? Thank you, guys. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Thank you, Randy. You too. I do this every day. I do it 2 to 3 times a day. Sign on. Do you have any questions? Like, dude, I'm not saying I'm a wise person, but if you met like somebody wise, what would you ask them? Would there be rain anytime soon? Not here. There might be some in the future. No, this is not. I don't think we're getting rain today. Uh, so where I'm at, here, check this out.